e raised to x, we will be getting 0.47. Again, if I put the value minus 0.5 in the function e raised to x, I will be getting the answer 0.61. Similarly, the other values, if I put minus 0.25, I will be getting 0.78. If I put 0, I will be getting the value 1. If I put 0.25, I will be getting 1.28. 0.5, you will get the answer 1.65. If I put 0.75, you will be getting 2.12. And the last value, if I put 1 in the function e raised to x, I will be getting the answer 2.72. So our first idea is to tabulate these points, which actually even we have done in the trapezoidal rule. So after tabulating these points, let me remind you one more time, the values of y which we have obtained is the first value which we got, I will denote it by y1. The second value will be denoted by y2. This is my y3, y4, y5, y6, y7, y8 and y9. So 9 points I am having. Okay, now what is the formula for Simpson's 1/3 rule? Have a look on the slide. The formula for Simpson's 1/3 rule is I is equal to h upon 3 into the bracket y1 plus 4y2 plus 2y3 plus and so on plus 4yn minus 1 plus yn. Now, how to remember this formula? See, when it is trapezoidal rule, we are having h upon 2. Now, when it is Simpson's 1/3 rule, we are taking h upon 3. Inside the bracket, in the trapezoidal rule, the first and the last points were kept as it is. That is yn, that is y1 and yn. The first and the last points were as it is. In between, whatever tabulated values of y you are having, that is multiplied by 2 in case of trapezoidal rule. Clear? Now, in case of Simpson's 1/3 rule, the formula is, in the beginning we are having h upon 3. Inside the bracket, again here, the first and the last value of y is kept as it is. That is y1 and yn. In between, whatever values you are having of y is a multiple of 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. That way. Correct? So, the second value of y will be multiplied by 4. The next will be multiplied by 2. Again multiplied by 4. The next by 2. The next by 4. The next by 2 and so on. So, it's I think very easy to remember the formula. Okay, now we already have the value of y1, y2 up to y9. Putting these values in the formula of Simpson's 1/3 rule, I will get the value of the integral to be 2.35. Now have a look on the slide.
Let us consider the third rule, Simpson's 3/8 rule. This rule is also called the 4-point integration formula. Why is it called the 4-point integration formula? In trapezoidal rule, we considered 2 points, xk and xk plus 1, in order to compute the integral. To improve the approximation of the area or the integral, in Simpson's 1/3 rule, we used 3 points, xk, xk plus 1 and xk plus 2. Here we computed the area under the curve of the kth strip and the k plus 1 strip. To further the approximation, now we would divide the area under the curve into 3 strips covered by 4 points xk, xk plus 1, xk plus 2 and xk plus 3. The reason behind this exercise is that the entire area under the curve we would divide into finer such strips, because as the strips get more fine, as the strip size reduces, the area that is integrated would improve further. Take a look at the screen. Let us consider the curve f of x. This is the curve for which we have to find out the area. We need to find the area under the curve between the points x equal to a and x equal to b. In order to find the area using Simpson's 3/8 rule, we would divide the entire area into n equal strips, each of strip size n, and consider 3 strips at the same time bound between the points x equal to xk, x equal to xk plus 1, x equal to xk plus 2, and x equal to xk plus 3. Since we are considering 4 points in order to find the area, we would now approximate a polynomial of the degree 3. As many points n, the interpolating polynomial would be 1 degree less, that is n minus 1, and hence since we are covering 4 points, the degree of the polynomial would be 4 minus 1, so 3. So in case of Simpson's 3/8 formula, we would be interpolating a third degree polynomial. Trapezoidal, a linear line, a straight line. Simpson's 1/3, we would be interpolating a second degree polynomial, and in case of Simpson's 3/8, we would interpolate a third degree polynomial. The basic task is now to cover the area and find the area covered by the 3 strips, that is the kth strip, the k plus 1 strip, and the k plus 2th strip. At one time, we would be now considering 3 strips. In order to find out the integral of these 3 strips, we would be using the integral formula, integration xk to xk plus 3, because now there are 4 points, xk, xk plus 1, xk plus 2, and xk plus 3. So we would now be integrating xk to xk plus 3 y of dx. On simplification, we get the area covered by the kth, k plus 1th, and the k plus 2th strips by 3h upon 8, where h stands for the strip size, multiplied by yk plus 3yk plus 1 plus 3yk plus 2 plus yk plus 3, where yk, yk plus 1, yk plus 2, and yk plus 3 represent the y coordinates of the points xk, xk plus 1, xk plus 2, and xk plus 3. Now let us have a look at an example for better understanding. Have a look at the teleboard.
To solve an example of Simpson's 3/8, let us take the integration from 1 to 10 dx upon 1 plus x square. Correct? So we have to integrate from 1 to 10 dx upon 1 plus x square. So what is the function? The function f of x which we are taking here is 1 upon 1 plus x square. This is the function fx. I want to divide this into 9 sub-intervals. I want to divide this area into 9 sub-intervals. For dividing this area into 9 sub-intervals, I again calculate h, which is equal to b minus a divided by n using this formula. And you already know what is b, 10 minus 1 divided by 9, which is actually 9 upon 9, which gives 1. So the step size which we have to take is 1. Now let us tabulate the values of x and y is equal to f of x. Now let us take what is x. X begins with the lower limit 1 and the step size which we are taking is 1. So the first number will be 1. The next, keep on adding 1. So you will be getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So 10 values you will be getting. So now, same way as we have done earlier, when y is equal to f of x, for tabulating those values, put these values of x one by one into the formula of f of x. We are having f of x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. Now, if I put x is equal to 1, the answer which I will be getting is 0.5. If I put x is equal to 2 in f of x, I will be getting the answer 0.2. If I put x equal to 3, the next value will be 0.1. If I put x is equal to 4 in f of x, the next value is 0.059. Same way, the next answer will be 0.038. Next, if I put 6, I will be getting 0.027. If I put the value 7, I will be getting 0.02. If I put the value 8, I will be getting 0.015. If I put the value 9, I will be getting 0.012. And if I put 10, I will be getting 0.0099. So these are the values which I will be getting for different values of x if I put in the value in function f of x. Okay, now as we have done earlier, the first value of y which I have found out, I will denote it by y1. The second value is denoted by y2. The next value is denoted by y3, y4, y5, y6, this is y7, y8, y9 and y10. So these corresponding values of y. Now have a look into the slide for the formula of Simpson's 3/8 rule. Yeah, you can see I is equal to 3h upon 8 y1 plus 3y2 plus 3y3 plus 2y4 plus and so on plus 3yn minus 1 plus yn. Now how to remember this formula? Just in trapezoidal rule, we were having h upon 2. In Simpson's 1/3, we were having h upon 3. In Simpson's 3/8, we will be taking 3h upon 8. Now, in trapezoidal rule, as I told you, the first and last values, that is y1 and yn, were kept as it is. Same way, even in Simpson's 1/3 rule, the first and last values y1 and yn were kept as it is. Same way, in Simpson's 3/8 rule, the first and the last value, that is y1 and yn, are kept as it is. In between values, that is the values beginning from y2, y3 and so on, in trapezoidal rule, we multiply it as 2. It is it is a multiplication of 2 in each and every term. In Simpson's 1/3 rule, we took the coefficients to be 4, 2, 4, 2 and so on, continuing. Now, in Simpson's 3/8 rule, we will be taking it as 3, 3, 2. 3, 3, 2. That is, y2 has to be multiplied by 3. When y2, I have to multiply it by 3. Next number, y3, I have to multiply it by 3. y4, I will be multiplying it by 2. Now, again the next number, y5, I will multiply it by 3. y6, I will multiply it by 3. And y7, I will be multiplying it by 2. So, it is a combination of 3, 3, 2, the coefficients 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2 and so on. So, this is the easy way to remember the formula for Simpson's 3/8 rule. Now, if I put all these values inside the formula, so what value of I will be getting? The value of the integral I will be equal to 0.69. This is the answer which we will be getting by Simpson's 3/8 rule. Now have a look on the slide.
Let us take up an example. Ma'am.
Suppose now we are taking one example, that is integration from 1 to 2.2 log x to the base 10 dx. Now the purpose of taking this example is we can show you the comparison of all the three methods of integration. As we have seen what is trapezoidal rule, what is Simpson's 1 by 3 rule and Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. We solved different examples for the three different methods. Now let us take this one particular example, how to evaluate the value of this integral using all the three methods, so that we can compare the results obtained by all these three methods. So let us first see the integration. Have a look on the slide. Yeah, for that we calculate the interval, that is h is equal to b minus a divided by n. Next, so if I want to divide this into 6 sub intervals, so now n is equal to 6, h is equal to b minus a by n, and if I put the value, I will get h is equal to 0.2. So the step size, the interval size which I have to take for this particular example is 0.2. Now, tabulating these values as we have done earlier, that is x, the value of x, and the corresponding values y is equal to f of x. For x is equal to 1, see the table value of x. We are taking the step size 0.2. So the starting value is 1. We keep on adding 0.2 to the values. So 1 plus 0.2, that will give you 1.2, plus 0.2 will give you 1.4. Keep on adding, you will get 1.6, 1.8, 2.0 and 2.2. Now, the corresponding values of y we will be obtaining when I put these values of x into the function f of x. The function f of x is log x to the base 10. So, log x to the base 10 is our function. We will put all these values of x into that particular formula. So, you can have a look to the values which we have obtained for y is equal to f of x. In the same way, the first value of y which we have obtained, I will denote it as y1. The second will be y2, third will be y3, y4 and so on. Now, if I use the trapezoidal rule to find out the value of this integral, means substituting all these values in the formula of trapezoidal rule, I will be getting the answer 0.2314. If I put all these values in the formula of Simpson's 1 by 3 rule, I will be getting the answer 0.2322. Same way, if I put down all these values into the formula of Simpson's 3 by 8 rule, I will be getting the answer 0.2322. Now have a look to these answers. Are the answers different? Yes, obviously. When you are taking Simpson's 1 by 3 and Simpson's